Good morning, guys. It's your boy Jay Lee. I'm bringing you guys another video. Now today I want to talk about the PS4 Pro. If you guys don't know what the PS4 Pro is the latest PlayStation product that Sony has put out there. Now, let's just a quick story about me and PlayStation. I have always been a PlayStation kid, even since I was growing up. The PS1 was my first console. So for me, when I ever hear like a PlayStation is gonna come out and things like that, I always get excited. I always get happy about those things. Like I said again, like this past couple of years, Sony has actually been really good as far as they handle things. To be honest, PS4 I think has been like one of the best consoles out there. Even just the way that they have marketed the console itself is really interesting because when Microsoft and they decided to make Xbox One more like a entertainment setup for your living room, just Sony basically went out there and made the PS4 a just about video games console, and I really enjoy that. I think a lot of people are connected with that. That's why there's so many sales of the PS4 over like the Xbox One, and I was actually really happy just because during the PS3 era, like there were so many people that never bought or were interested in buying a PS3, and that was easy to be seen. And when you play any multiplayer games, there was usually not that many people that were playing like online, and when they did, there was just like I said again, there was just a different way that people used to play PS3 multiplayer back in the day compared to the PS4 now. Like I said again, I was excited about the meeting. If you guys didn't know, they announced this on the PSN Meeting. That was actually the name of the event. So when they started announcing things in the past events of the PlayStation, I have been so excited. Especially I remember back in 2013 when they announced the PS4. I remember the Microsoft their event before that, and they were saying things like, "Oh, your Xbox One is going to be able to connect to your cable. And there's voice control, and there's so many other things that I was like, I'm not interested in none of that. All I care about is games. Like when I buy a console, I'm not buying it for if it plays Blu-ray or not. That's not what I'm interested in. I'm interested in what games the console is gonna bring to me." So I remember like that year probably was like by far the best like ever event that I saw on PS4, because the way they came out there was like so perfect. I mean so perfect. Every single thing that they showed from the beginning was games. It was games after games after games after games. They showed so many games, like that was just basically the whole event was games, and at the end they said that they're not gonna change their policies as far as like making consoles you needing to sign up, which that was a big deal back in the day. I don't know if you guys remember. The Xbox One had the idea of, can you require to sign up online every single day? You need to sign up at least once to your I guess to the Microsoft services, so that you can keep playing games. And if you couldn't sign up online, then you couldn't play any other game. So like I said again, when Sony did that event, I was so excited. And to be honest, from that event till now, like to 2016, every single conference has been so perfect. So like everything that I have done, they have shown games that have excited me. They have shown things that I'm like, wow, like I'm happy with the PS4. I have never even thought about buying an Xbox One like until this point, because everything that I have done, it was just so perfect. Now, when like I said again, going back to this conference called the PlayStation Meeting 2016, I think that this probably was one of the worst conferences I've ever seen Sony do. And the biggest reason why is because, like I said again, like they already knew how to speak to gamers. Like they already found a way to speak to us. And to me it's like they just, for some reason or another, they just said, fuck it, let's just never do that again, because I don't know why. I really don't know why. They just said, fuck it, I don't care about how we did every other conference and how everybody just say that it was so perfect and so incredible and people kept buying our games. Let's not do that no more. Let's do this other way of conference, which it makes no fucking sense. I'm sorry for the cursing, but it makes no sense. It's just like I don't get it. When you already have the people and we already have the way to speak to them, and you already know what they want to hear from you, why would you go out and do this? Like I said again, it's just it was just so bad. And for me, the biggest thing was like, why are we forgetting about things that you already knew what to do? Like I said again, guys, I'm going to rumble about how the conference and things like that, but let's get into what the actual PS4 Pro is giving to us, or is gonna give to us. I'm gonna make 3 points to show you guys my biggest problems with the PS4 Pro. So let's get to point number 1. Okay, so point number 1. Now, the PS4 Pro is gonna make your games look better. It's gonna make your games look prettier. It's gonna give you the 4K resolution. But it's not gonna make your games look better. It's not gonna make your games run better. It's not gonna make any type of improvement besides graphics, which I guess is what you want. Your games to look prettier. That's what we all gamers are looking for. Now, but here's one of the biggest problems for me that from the beginning I had with for PS4 Pro. Now, they said that you don't need to have a 4K TV for you to see the difference between a PS4 Pro to a PS4 regular PS4, I guess, because it's gonna be a technology called HDR that's gonna make it it's gonna improve the image or the graphics on your game. Even if you don't have a 4K TV, you're still gonna get an improvement. Now, here's the dumbest thing that I have fucking heard from them, and that is that, you know what, this whole thing about technology, HDR, is also gonna get patched to a regular PS4. So what does that mean? That means that any PS4 that you already own, or any PS4 that they're gonna sell, it's gonna have this technology. So then, what is the point of buying the PS4 Pro if I'm not gonna see no difference? So at the end of the day, whether they wanna say it or not, you need a 4K TV. There's no way around it. If your thing is buying the PS4 Pro to see better graphics, then you need a 4K TV. There's no other way around it. If not, then just buy a PS4, a regular PS4. Because if you don't have a 4K TV, why would you need this? Like I said again, that the whole thing makes no sense. But anyways, moving on to point number 2. Now, on point number 2, I want to talk a little bit about 4K televisions and what is the difference between them and HD. I was doing some research on 4K televisions, and I found out some things that are really interesting for me, and so I think that not a lot of people know about this. So for the human eye to see a difference between a 4K resolution and a HD resolution, the television has to be 70 inches or bigger. Now, to me, that seems really interesting. So you don't only need, for you to play the PS4 Pro and see a difference in between a regular PS4 and a PS4 Pro, you need a 70-inch television that runs on 4K. To me, that's really funny. Now, I gotta say also that this study was basing on the human eye average sight is at 20/20. So if you have better sights than 20/20, then you probably can see a difference in maybe 55 or 65 inch television. But for the most common people that have 20/20 vision, you cannot see a difference until they're 70 inches or higher, or bigger, as far as size goes. And I was also doing some research on some of the prices that a 70 inches television will cost you, and now I found a vision to 70 inches that is around $1,399. That is a vision though. If you're looking for like a Samsung or Sony, you probably are talking about between $2,000 to $3,000 to $4,000. So for the PS4 experience, you gotta pay $400 for the PS4 Pro. Then you gotta pay almost maybe $2,000 for one of the cheapest televisions you can find so you can actually see the difference between a PS4 Pro and a regular PS4. And then you gotta add that, I guess, if you want the VR, that also costs around another $400, the PSN VR. So it's probably gonna be spent around $3,000 so that you can have the ultimate PlayStation experience. That seems really interesting to me. But anyways, guys, let's move on to my last point. Okay, so on point number 3, now this is my last point I want to make on this as far as PS4 Pro and this is not really on PS4 Pro. This is mostly on someone that's looking to buy this. And this, why are you buying this? Why are you buying this? If you want better graphics, if the thing that matters to you the most on games our graphics, why are you buying this? Why are you buying a PS4 Pro? Like, go play on computers. A computer gaming looks so much better that the PS4 Pro is ever gonna look. I don't get what is the point of this. I don't get why would anyone buy this for, like I said again, better graphics. If you care so much about graphics, go play in a PC. It's not even a match between a PC and a PS4. Like I said again, it doesn't make any sense for anyone that says, oh, all I care about is graphics for me to buy a PS4 Pro. It just doesn't make any sense. Okay guys, so in conclusion, and the biggest problem with this whole situation about PS4 Pro is that Sony is trying to make graphics seems to be the thing that matters in games, which they don't matter. And here's just like 2 examples I have for you guys, and that is Minecraft and the Order 1886. Now, the Minecraft and the Order 1886 are such a good example for this. And what I mean by this is, if you ever play Minecraft, Minecraft looks like shit. Minecraft's graphics are so bad, it's so horrible, that it just looks so bad. It looks horrible. But the gameplay and how fun the game is, it makes up for it. It makes up for the graphics. And people enjoy this game even knowing the graphics are horrible. Now, the Order 1886, that game looks beautiful. If you ever play that game, the graphics are stunning. That's every single time that they put a trailer after this game, they focus on the graphics and how pretty the game looks and how awesome the game was. And you know what? That game was shit. The story in that game, the gameplay, the game mechanics in that game was horrible. One of the worst games the PS4 has put out there. And also, did anyone bought Uncharted 4 and said, oh my god, this game looks so ugly? I just want the new consoles to come out. I want PS4 5, because you know what, PS4 games just looks horrible. The Uncharted looks like it's horrible. It just needs a better console. Like, did anyone thought about that when they were playing Uncharted? Like, do we really need graphics? Like, is that the thing that we focus on now? Graphics? Like I said again, guys, it makes no sense. No fucking sense. And for me, like, the thing that pisses me off even moving forward from this is that developers are focusing on fucking graphics. They're not focusing on how the game runs or how the game actually plays. No, they're not focusing on the stories. They're not focusing on character development. They're focusing on fucking graphics. You know what? You know what I want? I wish I had a fucking Destiny that played without glitches, without fucking so many stupid things, so many connection problems that it has, over a fucking 4K Destiny. Like, for me, that's my biggest thing. I really don't get this whole thing about going forward and making graphics the key thing on games when they're not. I said again, they're not. There have been games that look horrible and that are fun to play, and that's the biggest thing about games that we keep forgetting, is that games need to be fun, because that's the biggest reason why people play them. That's why they're so attaching. That's why people get so attached to games. It's because they're fun. If their games are not fun, then we would not give a shit if it looks good. Like I said again, guys, sorry for this whole rant I went into PS4 Pro, but it was just something I had in my mind, and I was really tired of me thinking. I just said, like, now that I'm making videos, I'm gonna talk about this. So thank you guys for watching. Leave a comment below if you guys are gonna buy the PS4 Pro. Are you guys interested in that? Leave a comment below with your opinions. If you guys can like the video, I would really appreciate that. If you guys can subscribe to me, that will mean the world to me. This has been your boy Jay Leon. Peace.